We are on to 25 by Adele. This is the one that I was most excited for on a personal and selfish level, just based on relatability, right? Like, I'm someone that's already reached 19, already reached 21, already reached 25 in my life. And for the sake of that alone, just knowing how significant all those ages are incredibly significant. But on a personal level, 25 is just such a I said this in the 21 reaction, and it's the thing that comes straight to mind. It's such a self awareness turning point in life, as far as discovering your own self awareness, but also just really understanding, having a better grasp on your own emotions and how you deal with things, and kind of what is okay and not okay to have in your own life, and you still like kind of deal with those things to a degree, but you certainly get better at dealing with it and at making choices. And what I found 21. You know, I listened to 21 again. Obviously, I did my edit after I listened to the album, and then I'd listen to it on my own time, just like straight through headphones, going for a walk, and uh, it's 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 an emotionally devastating album. Let's just be honest about it. There is so much, especially when you call back on the the feelings of being 21 and all of the unknown. You know, like you really don't know shit, and it's interesting because you feel so many things, but at the same time, you kind of don't know shit, and that is such a complicated place to be. And perhaps like maybe I'm projecting a little bit from that standpoint, but you know, at the same time, I do know a lot of people that were 21 at the time and can relate to that. And it feels like Adele really projected a lot of those feelings in that album, and you know, to go through that roller coaster of her personal emotions from her standpoint. So fucking honest, by the way. My goodness, for her to put herself out there like that and really just a woman that was just so in love, and that love wouldn't falter at any costs. I just found that album completely devastating, and it's more devastating on multiple listens. And because of that, sort of, you know, 19 really feels like it's coming. She's really just sort of discovering herself and trying to figure things out. And then 21 is like just like, I am so in love and I don't know exactly what to do with this, but God, am I gonna wear my heart on my sleeve and put it out there, despite like constantly, you know, getting all of the wrong sort of reciprocation. And then 25 is what I'm looking forward to based on like that evolution. So with that being said, I'll say that Hello, I know Hello, like Hello is probably her biggest song, right? It's certainly, again, I don't look at streams for people that, you know, might be watching for the first time, but Hello is like the one I think of. It's the one where like, if you say hello, if you just say hello, period, you answer a call and say hello, you immediately gravitate towards Adele in this song. I feel like that's how iconic that this song kind of is. And then again, I have no idea what it's about, so I'm interested from that standpoint. And it starts off the album. All the other tracks I don't particularly recognize. There's not one track on here that I'm like, oh, okay. I will say that I pulled the album up on Apple Music um, earlier today or yesterday, recently, a few hours ago, and I saw that When We Were Young had a star next to it, so I assume it's a single. Maybe I'll have heard of it. I don't know it by title though. As always, the full uncut version of this reaction is on my Patreon. Links in the description down below. It's usually twice as long. If you're so interested in that, you can check that out. And yeah, without further ado, I say we dive in. I do have an appreciation, you know, I guess it's an appreciation, because at the same time, I'll just say that I do appreciate her consistency, I should say, with sort of the tidiness of her albums. Like, there's something very tidy about looking, and consistent about looking at, you know, 19, 21, 25, 11 tracks, 12 tracks, 11 tracks. I think 19 was 12 tracks, 21 was 11, this is 11. Very consistent in that regard. You know, I think I peaked at 30, and I think that that's going to be 11 or 12 tracks, no more than that. There's just something very tidy about that. The songs are all, you know, from 3 to 5 minutes, for the most part, 3 and 4. 21 did have a couple 5 minute tracks, so those ended up being some of the best songs on the album, so I appreciated that. Although I will say, I've never been someone that hates long albums. One of those weirdo, just, you know, music geeks that actually likes a long album when it's done right. You can completely just uh, take it in the complete wrong direction, and it's kind of like, why did you do this sort of thing. At the other end of that, some long albums, like 15 to 20-ish tracks, I think have been done very well. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna dive into this. Let's do it. So iconic already.
Hello, it's me. There's such a difference between us and a million miles.
That build up to that chorus, like there's such a difference between, and then the run on between us, a million miles. The way she deliberately enunciates each, like not even just word, like the syllables between all of them, and what she chooses to put a run on, just like it's subtleties like that that make this song great for me. It's obviously the chorus is what makes it really epic for me, though. Those subtleties of like that leading into that chorus just takes it from iconic to one of the truly greatest songs ever, which she also had more of those on 21. So this is just something she's been doing her whole career, clearly, and something she apparently did with Easy on Me, even though I haven't heard that song yet. As painful as it has been to wait for 30, but I've seen just the impact that apparently it had, so I'm excited for that one.
At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
It doesn't tear you apart anymore, clearly.
Hello, how are you? Regret that the both of us
That build up.
are running out of time.
That build up is everything.
So hello from the other side. Never seem to be home.
Again, never noticed those. I never like really paid attention to the song before. Never noticed those, like incorporating the light choir effect, which is something she's used before, in the second chorus particularly, to just add another element to the song as it goes on. This song is 4 minutes and 55 seconds. I don't know if there's a shorter cut, like a radio cut, but for this song to have the success it had, isn't normal. Usually, like grand vocal performances aren't the type of songs that do well on mainstream. And this is one of the most popular songs of all time. So that just goes to show that Adele did something. She did something. She reached people. She made people feel something. And to me, it's a result of what she did on 19 and 21, especially. Like, it leads up to this. Without those albums, I feel like this song doesn't have as much impact. Yeah, it probably does have some sort of impact, but not the same without 19 and 21. And that's why, like, progression of albums leading up to like they really impact singles or hits that come on later on in someone's career, because everything's a build up. Like, everything is a product of something else when it comes to people's careers. And that's why I'm so interested in like the arc of people's careers and discographies, especially, and how everything sort of connects, even if it's not like connecting from a story perspective, and albums can be about completely separate things. It's still interesting, like the arc of, even if like the music would change, although for her she's had a pretty consistent sound throughout everything. And that little breath there at the end, that exhale of frustration. I'm so thankful that I've gone through the discography, because she's still in agony. Like that hello from the other side and how it switches to hello from the outside. She feels so far away. And she references time and distance once again, which is something she did on 21. And she's really separating like the two of them in our minds. Like if she just feels further and further away. I must have called 1,000 times, right? Um, to tell you like she has all these feelings, and again she just references how this person just doesn't really care, and it's just an emphasis on how she can't let go of these feelings, and like, called to catch up years later to see how you're doing, and she's referencing the little town that he lives in and grows up in. She's so focused on details, so attentive to details, which is like a characteristic of someone that really cares. So her showing that just says everything about her character, by the way. And I was saying before that this song hits a lot harder. It has a lot more success because of the work she put in prior to this, and a lot of that's because of her honesty. Like she's so honest on her previous records that it makes Hello that much hard hitting a song, because it's like, oh fuck, like I've a lot of people I've been here where it's years later and I'm still thinking of them, and I reach out and I feel so far away, but they don't really care, and calling them over and over again is like it's like I'm talking to myself, like oh man. And then you start to think about, she says, I'm sorry, like I talk about myself, I'm sorry. Like she's still being apologetic in this situation, like probably unnecessarily, and probably wondering like what I can do differently or what I could have done differently once again. And it's such a messed up place to be, and it just makes this song that much more agonizing for me. Okay, so let's keep going. That song, like I said, I was somewhat familiar with, just not as far as like what it was kind of about. um I don't know if I know anything else though. So track 2, Send My Love to Your New Lover.
This was all you, none of it me.
I know this. I know already. I don't know. Obviously, this is another one that I'm not gonna know what it's about, but I know like the melody.
Send my love to your
Yeah, man.
Treat her bad. We gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your
This is a great song.
treat her bad.
Okay, all right. So we gotta let go of all our ghosts. We both know we ain't kids no more, which references so much of what she's already gotten at as far as the full culmination of what they've been through. Oh my god, I love this song. I recognize the melody. I don't think I even was sure if this was her or not. Like if you had played it like a year ago, I would be like, oh yeah, I know that song, but I might have struggled telling you who it was. And I think that has to do with the fact that this feels like a departure from the sound of a lot of her other songs. But not such an extreme departure where it's clearly not Adele. It's still within, like there's that clearly like there's live instrumentation, and I think she said at the beginning like she was the guitar to start it off, but then she started incorporating a lot more. So it's still Adele. Yeah, it's a different sound from her other stuff. And this is the full circle, not full circle, but it's it feels nice because it's like, oh, there's a healing going on here. There's a realization of, okay, I can't just keep watching you be with other people and completely just self-sabotage. Like I've gotta just move on and wish the other person the best, because my goodness, do they need it, because they're with you and I know what you put me through.
Let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more.
This is a lot.
Love to your new lover. Treat her bad. We gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. If you want a new lover, treat her bad. We gotta let go of all of our goals.
This one gets stuck in your head.
We ain't kids no more. If you're ready to love.
That's I didn't expect to get another song I knew right away, but that's one of my favorite songs I've heard from her so far, and she like doesn't miss. So I mean, truly, really haven't come across a song where I'm like, I don't know about that. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that her discography is so tight and compact and consistent, and she's very careful with that kind of stuff. You can tell. So to come up to a song where it's clearly easily one of my favorites already, and as a contrast to some of her heavier, sadder, songs, which are my favorite kinds of songs everyone knows. So, again, to say it's one of my favorites says a lot again. Okay, God, I really love that song. I Miss You, track three, ironic track title following what we just listened to. So, we're going to go right back into the agony hole.
Let me fall into your gravity and kiss me back to life to see your body standing over me. Baby, don't let the lights go down. Baby, don't let the lights go down. Miss you when the lights go out in blue. Finish all of my doubts. Pull me in, hold me tight, don't let go.
I don't know what she's singing about, but I'm led to believe that we're in a dark place. Obviously, I Miss You when the lights go out, when the lights go down, indicates a level of darkness as well, like literally. So that's playing along with the sound of the song as well. Um, and it does feel like a builder. It's a long song. I just saw the track length actually, and this is the longest song on the album. So building that atmosphere makes sense with that.
Living worlds apart.
I love that dropped out of her voice.
It only makes it harder, baby. It only makes it harder, baby. Harder, baby. I miss
So I didn't love that song. Um, it's interesting because even not loving sort of most of a song, um, it's usually I can find something to latch onto. And sometimes I can't at all. All right, that happens. With Adele, I feel like her voice is so honest, right? So I'm always gonna have that to latch onto, always. So when like she comes in with the "I miss you" when the lights go down, there's some vocal runs going on in the background that she's sort of layering behind that chorus. Um, it's all so honest. There's so much behind it, and her voice is just so it's so different and special. So there's always something to be engaged with. There's always something to be impressed with. It's never gonna. I don't think I'm ever gonna come across a situation where I just this song is gonna be like I can't do this song, because there's something to be engaged with when it comes to Adele because of her vocals alone and the honesty of that. Um, but otherwise, I just don't really love the song. But I do. Part of it maybe is because I was so caught up in what is she talking about? Darkness. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's I might have overthought this one as far as what it's about. When the lights go, when it's dark at night, and the lights go out, and a lot of the times, uh, in darkness in general is the hardest thing to deal with for a lot of people that struggle with any sort of uh, mental health um, related, uh, just anything. That stuff gets magnified at night. The lights go out. Literally, she's getting here. Lights go out, and that's when I really miss you. I lay down, and it's all magnified. Like, it's magnified significantly, and I can relate to that for sure. And that's what I'm reading here off of Genius anyway. It's what it's telling me, and it does make a lot of sense in that regard. Just craving that person, and that time when you're really just feeling extra by yourself because it's so dark. Um, okay. I did think I did think that there was some sexual uh, um, stuff going on in the song, but I didn't want to like be so wrong because like sometimes I fear that someone is talking about, especially in a song like this where you're like, I miss you, And like, I don't want her to be talking about someone she lost, like a family member or something, and then in the middle of talking like, oh, this sounds very sexual, because that would be so offensive. But I was thinking that when she was in some of those verses, and I just read that that's what part of the verses were about. Okay, so I understand some of the meaning of the song. I still don't love it. Um, if there's any other meaning anyone else takes away from it, please let me know, because I love to read those comments. And a lot of the times, could easily be a song I love going back to it. Some songs don't have that redeeming quality where they can be redeemed, and you just know it when you listen to them. That's not what this is at all. So okay, When We Were Young, track 4.
From the way you talk to the way you move,
Man, the way she goes low like that.
everybody here is watching you. In case it is the last time that we
Oh my
might
God.
be exactly like we were before we realized
Oh. Oh my God, this is such a better song to me than the last one. It's just such a stagger, and how I feel like I just didn't like the last song, and I love this song so much. I recognize this melody kind of, but none of the words whatsoever. I will say that. This is so good. You look like a movie. You sound like a song. What a compliment. Let me photograph you in the light, and the way she approaches that vocally is so captivating. She's so involved. Like, it really. I feel like she is trying, like she's pleading her case to be able to do that to that someone. Like, I feel like there's such a sense of urgency in the way she sings that, and it really ggets across the fact that she really needs to photograph this person in the light, because they look like a movie, they sound like a song. Can you really compliment someone any better than that? By the way, like, that's how I'd want to be complimented. Oh my God, this is such a good song. Okay, let's go back.
in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized
Oh my
we're
God. There's a lot of there's a couple references between this song and I think it was Send My Lover Hello, another reference to sort of getting old, or feeling like we're running out of time, that felt like a correlation to just aging and time leaving you. And for someone who's 25, that just feels so rushed. Like such a panicked feeling for being 25. It's so young, but at the same time, it's such a valid feeling, though. Like, when you really do, it's anyone can at any age can feel that, because that's just what a fear of death will do to you. Not that that's exactly what she's implying, but just generally speaking, like, that specific feeling will do that to you, and make you feel like your time is flying by you. I love this song, guys. I'm almost just recovering here just from like the stagger and my feelings towards these back-to-back songs.
still look like a movie.
Yeah, doesn't that? Oh man,
You still, my God, this reminds me
it's great. She's so into this.
of when
I don't. I don't know if she's. I don't know if she's quite gone there yet. I don't know if I've heard her go there yet. Man.
it was just like a song when we were young.
That one of those last lines there at the end is so hard. First of all, this is an incredible song, by the way. Oh my goodness, I don't even know between. Some of my favorite tracks are on this album already, and we're not even halfway through. It's scary. One of those. Getting older makes me reckless. Which is such like or the feeling of getting older, running out of time, just makes me reckless. And she's acknowledging that, not acknowledging that she's potentially making reckless decisions, and her saying that it was really hard hitting, having gone through her discography at this point, reaching this point. Also, that whole like, we were just like a movie, we were just like a song, like living in that ideology is so fascinating to me. Like, uh, because you really glorify everything, or so many things. You romanticize things is probably a better way of putting it. Every situation, you're just um, potentially making it probably bigger than it is, or romanticizing it really is the best way to put it. When you just compare everything, or not even if it's everything, but whatever the situation is, to a movie or a song. Like, movies, songs are written, both are written to make you feel things. Specifically, both are meant to make you feel things. Both are meant to almost manipulate you into feeling things. Sometimes for the best, but sometimes just for the sake of existing. And to compare situations to that is sometimes dangerous. Sometimes it's really cool. Sometimes it's a nice thing. Sometimes feeling like you're in your own version of this love song or love movie can be great. But a lot of movies and songs, also most movies and songs, particularly most movies, have the bad part, the really bad part, or some of them have like bad endings and songs as well. So, um, you know, to really get that locked up in that ideology is a dangerous place to be. It's a dangerous place to be. But at the same time, it really takes you into Adele's mind and just how deeply and emotionally involved she is in her situations, that she gets herself involved in. So I love that. I love that so much. I love that song so much. And it's just so thought provoking as well. Like the whole concept of all of it. Remedy, track 5.
Find a way out of my world and finally breathe. Right before my eyes I saw my heart, it came to life. This ain't easy, it's not meant to. But when the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look at you, will see that I will be your remedy. When the world seems so cruel, and your heart makes you feel like a fool, I promise you will see that I will be your remedy.
Oh, the way her voice is carrying on with that piano melody. I love the way her voice just carries through that piano to end off that Remedy riff towards the end of the chorus there. I find she's such a fascinating woman to me, and it's she is so readily available to be there for whether this, I don't know if this could be for anybody. It could be for a partner, it could be for a family member, it could be for her fans, whoever it's for. She is so constantly, consistently, readily available to be there for somebody. It feels like, and whether it's reciprocated or not, she'll be there. She'll be your remedy. It's such a this song is so telling into her mind and into the person she is, and it's so clear. Even without the song, you could see that. But I'm glad we got this song for a more transparent sort of explanation into her head and that part of her. And she said a line in the song, in the verse, where she said, when the darkness comes on, or when the lights go, something about it put me in the place that she was in, and I miss you when the lights go out. She's struggling so much when the lights go out, and she just said when the lights go out for the other person, she will be there for them, despite the fact that she's not getting that, and in her end. And it just speaks again to her character and how she is just so readily emotionally available for whomever this is here. And I just find that so interesting, and it makes me really appreciate. That's not an easy thing to do. Like that's just who you are. When that's who you are as a person, that just is who you are. It's how you're built, and that's just how you're wired emotionally. And I have a lot of respect for that. A lot. Damn, Adele.
Your love, it is my truth, and I will always love you.
Your love is my truth.
Love you.
Wow.
when the night keeps you from sleeping. Just look and you will see that I.
Another thing I'm sorry for interrupting mid chorus, but another thing that I first of all, I feel like a lot of these are one take. That's what it feels like. I don't know that for sure. I could be totally wrong. I could just go to speak to just how talented she is, one, but just how able she is to get that honest and emotion across in multiple takes, which is hard to do. That's why it feels like one take, because of how honest her vocals feel like. I feel like she just went in there, got it all off her chest, and that was the only time she did it. Also, she's not doubling her choruses. She's literally singing them freshly each time, and that's another thing that I love when artists do that. And you can pick up on small, minute details of, oh, that was a slightly different riff. It was like sung slightly different in that chorus than before. There's something about that I really appreciate, and it is consistent with the live instrumentation, just a lot of aspects of her music. Everything is so honest. Like literally, that's one of the best ways to describe Adele as a musician, just honest.
Your remedy.
Oh man, oh. These albums feel like live studio recordings. It's just, they're so natural. It's such a, it just feels like a live studio recording. It feels like one of those albums that in the title, like you have your regular album, then you have like another album where it's literally says like live, or live in studio, and that's what this feels like. But that's not what it is advertised as. That's what it feels like. Again, a nod to the talent that this woman is. Water Under the Bridge, track 6. She does like to reference water. So curious. And again, Water Under the Bridge does make me think of Send My Love to Your New Love, which is the energy I was here for.
Why have we been through what we have been through? It's so cold.
Why do we do this to each other?
In your wilderness. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge.
Oh, wow.
If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. What are you waiting for?
Oh, man.
Never seem to make it through the door.
Damn.
If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge.
Man, and then, so this is another, like, my love ain't water under the bridge, then our love ain't water under the bridge. It's another situation where she feels like she has to, explain to this person, what, like, define, like, this person clearly doesn't see what their love is, and she's gotta, like, let them know, like, you're not seeing this for what it is. And I mean, that's really fucking sad. Once again, a theme. I don't know what Adele's situation is currently, but actually, that's not true. I know that because I'm a big basketball fan, so I know who she's with. She's with someone. I'm not. She's with someone basketball related. I'm not gonna get into it. Good for her. Hope she's happy. Because my goodness, she goes through a lot of nonsense. Holy shit! Having to explain to someone, like, our love it. Come on, let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. And I go into the song thinking like, oh, send my love to your new lover. Water under the bridge. I assumed would have been under the same vein as in like, oh, it's all water under the bridge, which is the expression. But for her to compare her love to that and say like it's or say that it's not that, is such a deeper element, such a deeper place to go. It's such a darker place to go, and it really just plays much more into how she's being made to feel, in the worst way, as opposed to like water under the bridge is supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be uh, I've moved on, but that's not what this is. This is the worst comparison, and it just makes me that much more heartbroken for her, and just heartbroken in general. All these shit, everything is so profound with her. That building choir, she uses those so effectively. Love her accent, by the way. I just want to point that out. Love that bridge. Just love the way she. I just love her accent. I love how it bleeds into her music as well. Again, that's more honesty. It's just another level of honesty. That's Adele. Adele's honesty. Say It Ain't So. I caught some of those ad libs towards the end of the song there underneath those chorus affected ad libs. She uses the choir effect so effectively, constantly. It's just another great moment on this album for me. So, River Lee is track 7.
Sometimes I feel lonely.
She say her heart is
Up and learn how to be young. But my heart is a valley, it's so shallow and man-made.
that's a result of what she's been through.
Scared to death if I let you in, that you see I'm just a fake. Sometimes I feel lonely in the arms of your touch, but I know that's just me, 'cause nothing ever is enough. When I go back to the river, but it's in my roots, in my veins, in my blood, and I stain every heart that I used to heal the pain. Up to the river, but it's in my roots, in my veins, in my blood, and I stain every heart that I used to heal the pain.
So it's so talking about how you can't go back to this place that created you essentially, but also talking about how instrumental this place is to your existence. Like it's in every way that you exist. It exists within you.
Stain every heart that I used to heal the pain. So I blame it on the river.
Stain every heart I used to heal the pain.
Yeah, I blame it on the river. So I blame it.
Every heart I used to heal the pain. Every heart I used to heal the pain. And she said earlier she didn't want to be seen as shallow, or she is shallow, but she didn't want to be seen as fake. She didn't want her love to be seen as fake. As in, there's some fear that she may hurt somebody, and she's like pinning all this on the river. Those harmonies at the end were kind of creepy. It's like if I just heard that those last like 5 seconds isolated, and it was played to me in like a haunted mansion or something, I might be a little creeped out. That's just an off note. Okay, let's go to Love in the Dark, track 8. Love in the Dark.
But I can't stay this time, 'cause I don't love you anymore. Please stay where you are. Don't come any closer. Don't try to change my mind. I'm being cruel to be kind.
Ooh.
I can't love you in the dark.
Yes.
If it's baby, we're already defeated.
What? Wait.
You, everything changed me.
Oh, what a song. What a song.
You have given me
Self-explanatory.
something that I can't live without.
Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory.
You mustn't underestimate that when you are in doubt. But I don't want
Wow,
to
man.
carry on like everything is fine.
Oh my, that I'm being cruel to being kind line, by the way. Oh my goodness. This line here, though, is there some sort of trying to sort of make him feel better?
That when you are out, I can't given me something. You have given me something that I can't live without. You mustn't underestimate that when you are in doubt.
What a
I don't want to carry on. Stop asking me to stay. I can't love you in the dark. It feels like we're oceans apart. Nothing changed me. And I don't think you can save me.
fuck, man. I just kind of just got lost in that one. That is beautiful, and again, it's I said it, self-explanatory. There's not a lot to break down there. She really just lays it all out there. That oceans apart thing is something she references consistently in a lot of her songs. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. And this last, actually, I want to go. Why would I do this to myself? Hold on. I'll go back to this last part of the song.
And I live between the suns apart. There is so much space between us. Baby, we're already defeated. 'Cause everything changed me. And I don't think you can save me.
See, but that last line, everything changed me. I don't think you can save me. Really lends itself to go in a different, lends the song into a different feeling of where it's less about sort of what happened between this dumb and the situation, and more about just the headspace she's in, and how it's not a good headspace, and how she potentially has got to deal with her own stuff there. But I can't love you in the dark. I mean, my God, fuck Adele. Okay, I gotta move on, guys. Million years ago, track 9.
I know I'm not the only one who regrets the things they've done.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I just feel it's only me who can stand the reflection that they see. I wish I could live a little more. Look up to the never became who they thought they'd be. I wish I could live
why this song is perfect? I'll give you two reasons. One, her fucking voice, and just the guitar. Oh, it was like Spanish sounding too, and it reminded me of something. I can't think of what right now. It just had a. It was a very. That's the thing. That guitar melody and those chords, very reminiscent of a few songs that I've heard before. I think I'm thinking like Michael Bublé, uh, and there's someone else I'm thinking of as well, a Spanish artist in a Spanish song. But the difference is it's Adele. That's the difference. She can take that and make it so her own thing because her voice becomes the dominant factor of the song. Uh, and the honest vocal performance that she gives you, and again, it feels like one take. It feels like it's happening live. Once again, it's this whole album. That's all her music. Um, and what the other part that makes the song perfect? That was the first part, right? Her voice. Second part is the emphasis on time, which has happened a few times, but now we're much more deliberately talking about the consistent theme of life passing her by, and how all these times that she wish she could that she misses, and these relationships when they were much simpler, and where things were much more fun and easier, and she maybe made decisions that she wishes she could have back and go back in time and live back in those days when before those decisions were made, or even before she like got famous. Feels like she can't even go into her town and is not even recognized as who she is, which is she's just Adele, and she's potentially looked at in a different way now. Just so many factors that deal with time and how the time has passed, and looking back at the time that she misses feels like a million years ago, and it's so perfect because the way she structures these albums, the way she names these albums as time period pieces, literally 19, 21, 25. Like there's such an emphasis on time and the development of a human and of herself as the time goes on, and that's why this song is so perfect to me. Perfect, particularly getting to this point after the first two albums. It's just the perfect song in the perfect place and on the perfect album. All I ask, track 10.
I ask is if this is my last
Wait.
night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend.
Okay. Hold on. I recognize this melody, but you know what's interesting is that I'm so like unfamiliar with this, yet I recognize the melody, but like it's almost as if this kind of melody with this kind of voice it's too good to be true, that I feel like I've dreamed this melody. Like I don't know where I know it from, but I don't know if I'm making any sense. The point is that Adele is like not a human. That's all I gotta say. I'm starting the whole song over.
Ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand. What if I never love
Oh my
again?
god. No. Fuck. Give me something I can use. What if this is my last song? What if I never love it? That's such a scary place to be.
Your honesty is already in your eyes, and I'm sure my eyes, they speak for me. No one knows.
This woman feels things on such profound level. She feels things on just a different level.
There is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last
This is so sad. What the fuck?
Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use.
Give me a memory I can use?
Take me by the hand while we do
At that
what
point.
lovers do. It matters how this ends. Can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do.
Adele.
Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. Again.
That song has no business being as beautiful and yet fucking devastating as it is. Like it's a battle. Like I wanna cry so hard to this, but at the same time, the song's too beautiful, and there's like notes of optimism in there, but at the same time, there's the complete opposite where there's notes of like, what if I never love again, which is the saddest thought ever, which makes me think of what song was it? What song was it? Is the song where she was comparing was it When We Were Young? There's a song where she was comparing this person to a song and a movie. That's what this song feels like. This song feels like a movie. That's what it feels like. It feels like a movie, and it feels like it's the entire situation is romanticized because it's unlikely that you never love again. It's incredibly unlikely, but you feel things to such a degree in the situation that that feels like a real feeling. And to get that across, to get that point across, to get that sentiment across so honestly, once again, like she always does, God, this woman feels things and communicates that with her listeners to such an honest degree. And fuck, what a song. Okay, this album's got some of my favorite Adele songs. Okay, Sweetest Devotion, track 11. I don't know, last track, actually. Wow.
Find it funny that you're the only one I never looked for. There is something
Just
in
happened.
your loving
Yeah.
that tears down my walls. I wasn't
Okay.
ready then, I'm ready now. I'm heading straight for you. You will only be eternally the one that I belong to.
Perfect close. I like the way that kicks in there. Perfect closing to the album because it is the most representative of the fact that she's 25 and learned. It's the most representative of like lessons learned. Most representative of finding a situation that is unlike the other situations where she said herself, like, it's the only one I wasn't looking for. So I really appreciate this. This is a closer already without even hearing the chorus.
Straight for you. Hit me like an explosion. All of my life I've been frozen. The sweetest devotion I know.
That's deserved. God damn it, is that deserved? This is devotion. Listen. All you gotta do is listen to the way she's singing that chorus, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. The Sweetest Devotion hit me like an explosion, and the way she sings it is literally like an explosion. This it just the way it's delivered is so perfect.
You're my scope, everything, everywhere. The sweetest
In my scope of everything, shit.
in my
This person is the new standard.
an explosion.
It's perfectly placed.
I've been
This song's about her kid. This song's about her kid, isn't it? Right? That's what that. Hold on. I could the song I got so the song just comes in so strong. That chorus comes in so strong that I forgot about the way the song opened. I'm I'm pretty sure she has a kid. I think she has a 9-year-old. Oh my god. And he's a fellow Libra. What's up? Um so he's 9, which means that yeah, this was 6 7 years ago. So or what am I talking about? This is 5 years ago, right? Because the next one's 30. This is for her kid. Oh my god, that's so. I wish I knew that. I should have known that because the song started out with the kid. I'm so glad that she brought it back around. See, that's the problem with her voice. Her voice is just so fucking. It just completely takes you somewhere else. And you're just so involved in what's happening in the right now. You're so existing in the moment with her voice, and you don't want to leave that. You're so engaged in that I completely forgot how the song opened with the kid sort of playing and turning pages and just just kid sounds. And to bring it back around, it reminded me, and it just made sense too, perfect sense with this. I mean, this is the sweetest devotion. Like there's no agenda, there's no hidden agendas, there's no question, there's no children are the purest form of human, right? Like they haven't a bad bone in their body that's a truly evil, right? They haven't reached that point of molding into society where they can ultimately turn into just a terrible person, which fucking happens, unfortunately. But as children, they're just so pure, and that's why children are fucking everything. Everything, by the way. God damn it, the emphasis that needs to be put on kids. That's a different subject. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Hit her like an explosion. Yeah, of course it's her kid. That's, oh my goodness. It's the perfect way to close the album out. Uh, after 19, 21, and 25, and the discovering herself on 19 and on 21, the trying to figure out what the hell is going on, how am I feeling all these things and getting nothing back, but still continue to push forward, and like what does all that even mean? And then on 25 there's a bit more of like send my love to your new love, a lot more of that going on, that feeling of okay, like this is not a situation I can involve myself in anymore. But then you get to like all I ask, which is like the best of both worlds of that. Like all I ask encompasses both feelings of that, where I love this so much, but I don't. I might never get it again, and that sort of like represents so much of her music to me. Hello, I mean, okay, you guys, this oh, this album. I'll give you my favorites. Hello, and send my love to your new love. When we were young, love in the dark, and all I can ask are my 5 favorite songs in this album. Those aren't just my 5 favorite songs in this album. Those are like 5 of the best songs I ever heard. Like if I end up doing a whole Adele, like if I were to like rank all my favorite songs, those 5 are gonna be really, really, really high. The new one's coming out so soon, and I will see you guys for that. And I don't know if I'm even ready for that, having just uh, listened to so much Adele recently, and knowing that like 30 is gonna be just, especially following Sweetest Devotion, and knowing, I mean, Remedy did so much to me. I'm so thankful that that song was on. I know I didn't name it in my favorites, but that's only because what my favorites were on this album. Again, Hello, Send My Love to Your New Love, When We Were Young, Love in the Dark, All I Ask. Those songs are just elite. Like, those are incredible fucking songs. I just can't, like, bring another song to that level, even though I like so many of the other songs. Like, Water Under the Bridge, I love that song. Um, Sweetest Devotion, I love that song. It's just not on the level of the other five that I mentioned. Uh, but Remedy is one I appreciated so much because it really, really like represents who Adele is to me. Even though I'm not sure if it was supposed to be for someone in particular. Um, yeah, River Lee is another one I want to look into as far as what that was specifically. If there was this, like, I feel like there's some real backstory going on there, unless it's a cover. Um, and yeah, I Miss You is one that could grow on me too, guys. I know I was a little hard on it, but it could. It could. I'm definitely gonna give it a few more spins, and we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys. I will see you for 30, and I love you.